Good morning, children. Yeah, where did we stop yesterday? Yes, the niece was giving a ghastly, that means a horrifying incident to the Mr. Stranger who is very unsocial. And what's his name? Frampton, right? Frampton Nuttall. And then let's continue from here. She also narrated an incident the bog has swallowed all the people along with the dog, and also she was narrating the incident in such a manner that how actually it takes place every day in their home. She's trying to put everything in a proper place so that any person who is listening believes her at any cost. So let's continue from where we stopped. Right. Poor dear aunt, she has often told me how they went out. Her husband with his white waterproof coat over his arm, and Ronnie, her younger brother, singing, Bertie, why do you bound? As he always did to tease her, because she said it got on her nerves. Do you know, sometimes on still, quiet evenings like this, I almost get a creepy feeling that they will all walk in through that window. So, what she was saying? Yeah, see, this is what had happened. And dear poor aunt, she has often told me how they were wept out, how they went out and how they were being drowned in that. And every, like almost sometimes in the evenings, very calm and quiet evenings like this, I will be getting such a creepy feeling. That's an uneasy feeling that they will walk in through that window. They will means who? The people who already expired, right? So the way she is creating horror in the listener's mind, see, this is the extent to which the niece has gone, right? So now let us see what are the feelings of Mr. Frampton. She broke off with a little shudder. It was a relief to Frampton when the aunt bustled into the room with a whirl of apologies for being late in making her appearance. So suddenly, almost he was very much scared. But then, by the time he could react, right? Then the aunt entered, and she gave very like a good number of explanations why she couldn't be on time, and then so a kind of what do you say, frantic activity, right? So that means she frankly delivered her explanation why she was late on it, right? I hope Vera has been amusing you, she said. Now who is Vera? Yes, it is the niece. Till now author did not say as what the name of the girl is. Now from aunt's mouth we can hear that it is Vera. Vera has been amusing you, she said. Then she has been very interesting, said Frampton. And I hope you don't mind the open window, said Mrs. Sappleton briskly. My husband and brothers will be home directly from shooting, and they always come in this way. They have been out for snipe in the marshes today, so they will make a fine mess over my poor carpet. So like you men folk, isn't it? So, see, she was saying, right, do you mind if I keep that window open? Because my husband and brothers who have left in the morning for spine hunting will be like returning back. And as they come, usually they spoil my carpets. This is how you men folk will be. Is it not? That means usually men will be like that. So women are much bothered about the cleanliness and all that, and men they usually this is very usual thing that at homes, so they don't mind in spoiling things which are being put in an orderly manner. That is what she is expressing it in a very most general way. Now guess what would be the feelings of Frampton Nuttall. Now the niece has already said that uh, the master of the house, along with the brothers of the mistress, and the dog were buried into or were pulled down into a bog and they died 3 years back. And then she also had created a feeling that she was always getting an odd feeling that these people may enter through the window. That means now the platform is completely been made ready, and now see the feelings of Frampton Nuttall when Mrs. Sappleton says that she is expecting her husband and the brothers to come in a little while. So she rattled on cheerfully. To Frampton, it was all purely horrible. He made a desperate but only partially successful effort to turn the talk onto a less ghastly topic. He was conscious that his hostess was giving him only a fragment of her attention, and her eyes were constantly staying past him to the open window and the lawn beyond. It was certainly an unfortunate coincidence that he should have paid his visit on this tragic anniversary. So now, really, see the ghastly feeling, that is the horrifying feeling that he is getting. Now the stage is very horrible for him now, and he feels very bad that how that he is able to come here, and how unfortunate he is to come first to such a house where the mistress is almost her attention is totally towards the window, expecting the people who died already 3 years before. So the doctors agree in ordering me complete rest, an absence of mental excitement, and avoiding anything in the nature of violent physical exercise, announced Frampton, who was under the impression that total strangers are hungry for the least details of one's ailments. On the matter of diet, they are not so much in agreement, he continued. So, therefore, he said, like, he just trying to now divert her attention and then speak. And then he was saying that doctors have informed me to take rest. That there should be, means rest should be given to his mind, and therefore to have a complete absence of mental excitement I have come here. And then he was very much dubious, like whether they are listening or not, right? And also he is saying it very hurriedly, right? Like as if the others who are listening are very much hungry to listen to him, right? No, said Mrs. Sappleton in a voice which only replaced Diane at the last moment. Then she suddenly brightened into alert attention, but not to what Frampton was saying. So she was not paying much attention to Frampton Nuttall, and then she was about to say something, and almost at that moment, like her anning itself shows that she is not much interested in Frampton Nuttall. But suddenly, Frampton can see a kind of alert attention in her face. Here they are at last, she cried, just in time for tea. And don't they look as if they were muddy up to the eyes? So now she like responded, and she was saying, like, see, here they have come at last, and just in time for tea. So just this is the time for tea, and they have come in, and don't they look as if they were muddy up to the eyes? Now she was saying, see how they are, so how much unclean they are, so they are almost muddy up to their eyes. Frampton shivering slightly and turned towards the niece with a look of kind understanding. The child was staring out through the open window with a dazed horror in her eyes. In a chill shock of nameless fear, Frampton swung round in his seat and looked in the same direction. So Frampton, he was thinking that this poor woman was living with a hope that these people will be coming back. He did not think that she doesn't know that they expired. He thinks that she is in a mood that always these people will be coming. So he was trying to understand the mental status of Mrs. Appleton. So then he thought, as a poor woman, she's thinking that they are coming. And then, therefore, with a kind of understanding look, he looked into the niece's face. But how was the expression of the niece? Very much horrified. She kept her face in such a manner that she's really in a dazed horror. She's in a very horror, like by looking at something which is very impossible and truly ghastly, right? And by looking at the niece's face, he was a little bit shocked and looked in the same direction in which the niece was looking. So, children, let's wait for one more day to come out of the suspense. Okay, see you tomorrow.